we have in the studio with us Leanne Smiley, who is with Home Health, and I always have to look down to make sure that I'm right rather than home health manager. And we're very glad to have you with us this morning, Leanne.
Thank you, Clint.
And you've got somebody with you, but we're going to come to her later.
All right.
Okay, can we do that?
We can do that.
All right. Because she has something very special.
She does have something very special.
All right. But tell us a little bit about what's happening in Home Health, if you would, please.
So again, Home Health, we come most months and talk about how it is a benefit from Medicare.
Right.
So someone who has been in the hospital or come out of Garden Ridge or another long-term care facility, or even someone who goes to their physician, whether it be here at Greenspring or somewhere else, we can take a referral directly and look at it as far as does it meet the criteria for Medicare.
Right.
Definitely at this time of the year, the issues that we're seeing a lot of are dehydration, and unfortunately we are looking at the weather being particularly hot over the next 10 days.
Right.
And so that is always a concern because, you know, as we age, we don't feel thirsty,
right.
and so we're not drinking maybe what we should be drinking. Water is always the best thing to drink. Alcohol, tea, coffee, they're all diuretics. You're all going to lose water on that.
And so they're really not a good thing to drink in hot weather.
That's right.
People think, well, I'm just going to have a cold beer. Well, that's, you know, nice and tasty, but it doesn't really help you with dehydration.
Well, you know, you can definitely have that.
Yeah.
But again, remembering that water is such an important
right.
piece. The other piece is when we get those really hot days, you know, minimise the time that you're out of air conditioning. You know, we have a beautiful building here. We have walkways where you can get mostly around the community
right.
without having to go outside, you know, except if you really have to. Even a little pre-planning. Today's cool. If you know you need to do something outdoors or you need to go to the store and you can get to the store, it's a good time to do it before it gets too hot. You know, the unfortunate part is our nurses at this time of the year spend an awful lot of time working with people who end up in the hospital
right.
because they don't drink enough. And we're talking, you know, at least 16 ounces a day. So, you know, 2 big glasses at an absolute minimum.
Right.
Always something like a water bottle is a great thing to be able to record
right.
what you're taking. Or even those big cups that you come home from the hospital with.
Right.
You know, quite often people have those around, and that's a really good indicator of how much you're actually drinking. You know, the recommended is 8-ounce glasses
right.
of water a day, and definitely for people who are outdoors, that's a really important thing to think about. When our staff do have to go in, you know, often it's because of dehydration, and what that does is it may upset the urinary system, it may upset the cardiac system of people who have congestive heart failure. It does a lot of things, and so our nurses then spend a lot of time on getting and observing someone getting back to where they need to be and reporting that to their doctor, but they also spend a lot of time in education about that. And then we often have to bring therapy in because of those comorbidities and what happens to exacerbate it.
Yeah. Very good. Well, hopefully everybody heard that. Make sure they're drinking and not drinking alcoholic type of beverages or tea or coffees, but drinking lots of water, right?
Correct, yeah.
In regards to that. Anything else from Home Health?
We have a new speech therapist starting next month, so we're very excited to have her, and hopefully at some point I'll be able to bring her on
Wonderful. And
introduce her. But she will work with us and also with outpatient therapy and skilled nursing, so she'll be working across campus. So again, a very, very hard position to hire for, so we're very excited by that.
So I was going to say, this is the first one we've had in a while, right?
We haven't been able to have speech in almost 6 months, so it's a big big thing for Home Health.
Yes, wonderful, very good. Well, you have somebody else that works in Home Health, right?
I do.
And she's kind of special these days, right?
She is.
And it happened in May?
It did. End of May.
End of
yes.
May.
So I have Princess Jarrett with me. Princess is our QA nurse,
oh, okay.
And she has been here at Greenspring since January.
Yes.
Okay.
So we've got to know her over time, and we were very excited for her when she obtained her US citizenship at the end of May. So I'll let Princess talk a little bit about who she is and her journey to citizenship.
And first thing I want to say is congratulations and welcome to American citizenship.
Thank you.
We're so glad to have you
I'm
as
very
an American
grateful,
citizen.
and I'm excited about that.
Wonderful.
Very
Wonderful.
excited.
And what was this, May 27th or something?
May 24th.
May 24th. I just remember it was May 20th something. Very good. We're glad to have you. Tell us a little bit about what you had to go through if you would, in order to become a citizen of the United States?
Oh, the process is very long. Well, it's different in each case, or it's individual based on how you came in or which visa you have and how you go through the process. But for me, I came in with a B2 visa from Sierra Leone, West Africa in 1997.
Right. And
I came here. We had we were given a temporary protective status because there was a war in my country. So I had that visa until the war was over, and then the government decided to cancel that because the war is over at the time.
And the war was over in the 90s?
Yes, in the 90s.
Okay.
Yes. And it's a civil war there. It was a civil war.
And this is in Sierra Leone?
Sierra Leone, they were, killing for diamonds and things like that in the provinces where they have the diamonds.
So the blood diamonds?
Exactly.
Okay.
So just after that, I got out of there. But then I was here until I got married to my husband in 2003, and that's when we started the process with my green card.
Okay.
And then later on, I decided not to do anything at the time after I got my green card, and because I didn't travel out of the country, so I was not in a rush to go for my citizenship, because after 5 years you're qualified to do that, to apply for it.
So
if you're in good standing.
You have a green card for 5 years and then you apply for your citizenship?
You can have your green card as long as you want.
Oh, okay.
But it's up to you if you want to get your citizenship, and you have to be in good standing and with your background and all that stuff.
And the reason Princess is looking at me is I've also gone through the process. And I got my citizenship about 7 years ago. And we work in a department of people who have gained their citizenship. So she's looking at me to say, was your journey the same? So that's how and when I got it, I was so excited during the ceremony. I think I was the one screaming and singing the loudest.
Very good.
Yeah.
So you had an exam to take?
Well, you do take an exam. Well, for me, I just got 5 questions.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, if you do well with the questions, they tell you congratulations.
Oh, okay.
And then they'll tell you receive a letter in the mail for you to be in the ceremony. And then I received the letter in less than a month, and here I am as a citizen.
So from the time you applied for citizenship until you got citizenship, how long was that process?
I did that last year in November. Last year, before the elections, I did that, let's say, in September.
Oh, okay.
September of last year, and
then May of this year. All right.
But it's such a long process, and it definitely started in 1997 for Princess. And I know with ourselves, it took us over 10 years to get citizenship.
Wow. Okay.
Because you have to go through that whole green card process, and then you have to have the green card for 5 years before you can even apply for naturalization.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. So once you had your visa removed, the special visa you had gotten to Sierra Leone because of the war, you got your green card at that point. Okay.
But you have to you have to get married to somebody who's legal, who's a citizen, or whether they're a green card holder or something like that, for you to be able to qualify for them to apply for you to get your visa.
Yeah. There's lots of categories under which you can apply for a green card and citizenship. For my instance, I'm also married to an Australian. We both got our citizenship at the same time, but our visa situation was obviously different than Princess's was, so our journey was a little different as well.
Yes. So they have different types of visas, and with each visa type, there are different criteria you have to meet. Yeah.
Well, very, very good. So, do you remember the 5 questions you had to answer?
I don't, but the one I know, they asked me about who's the Vice President of the United States. I'm like, oh, that's easy.
And at that time was?
Mike Pence.
I think when you went, they were probably taking whichever answer because it was in transition.
I was going to say, was it Biden or Pence in regards to it? Okay. Well, that is very good. And you are the quality assurance nurse now in
Right.
home health.
Right.
And your job entails what?
I do audits, basically. That's
okay.
Audits. Making sure documentation is up to par, making sure we have, we're in compliance with what we're doing and things like that, in a nutshell.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're so regulated, we have a lot of regulations we have to follow before we can even bill Medicare. So Princess's role is an absolute essential high priority role for us, because her auditing of those charts allows us then to go ahead and be compliant and bill Medicare to keep us going.
Yeah. And by doing that, then we get our reimbursement without problems, right?
That's
Medicare.
correct, yeah.
Right.
Okay. In regards to. So you get used to seeing everybody's handwriting and everything else, huh?
Right.
Oh, very, very good. Well, we are so glad that you're with us, and
Thank you.
we hope you stay with us for a long, long time.
I hope so too.
Okay?
Yes.
And again, congratulations on your citizenship, and we're very proud of you.
Thank you.
Leanne, congratulations on yours 7 years ago. I did not know in regards to that. And, encourage others to get their citizenship as well, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. Very important.
It is important, you know, you have to have an allegiance to where you are and to the country that we all serve in some way.
Right. And after a while, I've been here for like 20 years, so I'm so, this is like my home, basically.
Well, good. This is your home, right?
Yes.
And we raised our children here. Both of us have raised children here.
Wonderful.
So, yeah.
Very good. Well, we're very pleased for both of you. Very glad that you were here this morning, and thank you, Leanne, for bringing her to see us, to bring in Princess to see us this morning, and we congratulate you.